Officer, we'll be voting for the Scottish Government's motion at decision time, but we've also lodged an amendment to highlight the significant opportunities available to Scotland's digital economy under the UK industrial strategy, which I will come back to later. The Minister opened the debate by rightly emphasising the importance of the digital economy and by providing an update on different initiatives in the digital economy, including digital growth funds and digital boost. We welcome these initiatives, but Scotland still faces a number of challenges that must be addressed if we are to achieve the objectives of increasing productivity and building Scotland's reputation as an innovative nation. In looking at how we can best address these challenges, let me frame this in the context of the Scottish Government's own economic policy, the policy of inclusive growth, internationalisation, investment and innovation. In terms of inclusive growth, much more needs to be done by the Scottish Government to ensure that the benefits and opportunities offered by digital are available to all. Ofcom has reported that internet use in Scotland is significantly lower than the rest of the UK. 23% of Scottish households do not have access to the internet, and 21% of people do not have basic digital skills. Finlay Carson, Jamie Halcrow-Johnson and Colin Smith highlighted that limited digital access is of particular concern in rural areas. And according to Audit Scotland, 370,000 households across Scotland still lack superfast internet speeds, but less than half of these are expected to be resolved by the Scottish Government's original 2021 deadline. Glacial progress indeed, as Mike Rumbles noted. Presiding Officer, it is clear from this data that much more needs to be done by the Scottish Government to meet its original targets and to avoid hundreds of thousands of people across Scotland facing digital exclusion in the future. Turning to investment, the recent report, Automatic for the People, highlighted concerns about the increasing digital skills gap emerging in schools, colleges, apprenticeships and universities. This was mentioned by James Kelly, Patrick Harvey, Daniel Johnson and others during the debate. This reflects what we have seen after 11 years of SNP government. Since 2008, we have seen the number of maths teachers declining by 15%, those teaching science declining by 12%, and the number of computer science teachers down by nearly a quarter. We've also seen a decline in college places and apprenticeships dedicated to science and digital subjects. If we really are to equip Scotland's workforce for a digital future, we need to address this underinvestment. Otherwise, the workforce of the future will not be prepared to capitalise on the digital opportunities. In terms of the internationalisation agenda, we also face a critical shortage of digital support in the business environment. In giving evidence to the Economy Committee, Nora Senior, Chair of the Strategic Board, highlighted that only 9% of business in Scotland have embedded digital in their business operations. This compares to 43% among competitor countries. This digital gap poses a massive challenge if we are to increase productivity and a massive challenge for those companies looking to increase global trade and exports. The global export market and international trade is increasingly dominated by online commerce and digital platforms. I saw this myself firsthand earlier this year during a trade mission to Hong Kong and China. I met with a number of trading companies whose business models for import and export are now predominantly online, meaning that they largely trade with other businesses who will only use e-commerce and digital platforms. This means Scottish businesses will lose out on massive trading opportunities available in the global market if we don't address this digital gap. I'll give way.
Willie Coffey.
Taking the intervention though, but could you say something about the European digital single market, please, and whether you think we should be in that or out of that?
Dean Lockhart.
Well, that's obviously going to be subject to the negotiation, but the kind of precursor to that is having business in Scotland digital ready, and that's my point. There is no specialist public agency in Scotland dedicated to the establishment of e-commerce and digital platforms for business and international trade. To address this digital gap, we are calling for the establishment of a dedicated Institute of E-commerce for Scotland to help Scottish business move online. I need to make some progress, sorry. A dedicated Institute of E-commerce, a specialist support agency that will help to move businesses large and small online to take advantage of global opportunities in e-commerce. This policy has gained significant support in the business community, and I look forward to hearing the Minister's response to this policy initiative. Finally, in the crucial area of innovation, the SCDI has called for Scotland to actively participate in the UK industrial strategy. This is reflected in our amendment to the motion today, calling for the Scottish Government to work closer with the UK Government to help deliver the real benefits of the industrial strategy to Scotland. In recent years, Innovate UK has invested £2.5 billion in innovative businesses across the UK, and the British Business Bank has helped to unlock £10 billion of new finance for business across the country. By actively participating in the UK industrial strategy, Scottish business can tap into innovative digital markets across the UK and also tap into UK-wide research and development and financing opportunities. Presiding Officer, in this area, as with many other areas, Scotland's business will be significantly better off if we fully capitalise on the benefits of being part of the 5th largest economy in the world. I support the amendment in Finlay Carson's name.
I call Kate Forbes to wind up the debate.